Hello, welcome to the first Capital Markets Day of Seraphim Space Investment Trust. My name's Will Whitehorn and I'm the chair of the company. Space is the most exciting new industry. The space we tended to think of when I was young was the space of exploration and the space of science. What we've now got is an entirely industrial infrastructure developing above us outside of the Earth's atmosphere, and that's incredibly important. My own journey to space began about 24 years ago when I worked at Virgin Group, and we were looking at ways to take the new technology materials of the aviation industry and apply them to accessing space far more cheaply than ever before. There were a whole cohort of companies doing it at the time. I was working on the Virgin Galactic and Virgin Orbit projects, one to launch tourists and science and other technology into space, the other business, Virgin Orbit, to launch satellites into space using a 747 and reusable rocketry. The exciting thing I witnessed at that time were other companies doing the same thing as we were doing. Elon Musk, an entrepreneur who just finished selling his stake in PayPal and was moving into new areas such as car production, was also looking at a space rocketry system with new economics, much cheaper and reusable, as was Jeff Bezos. That led to what we see today. And the part that we see today that has made all that you will see Seraphim talk about today possible has been much cheaper access by rocketry to space than ever before, which has allowed constellations of satellites to be developed in the commercial sector doing wholly new things that have never been done before in space. And they're going to do a whole lot more things in the future as well. One of the results of this new lower cost access and lower cost technology in space is it is allowing governments from around the world and other types of organizations to make use of space in ways never deemed possible before. If you're fishing off Mauritius and killing sharks in order to get shark fins, there's no hiding place for you now. And there's no hiding place for those who want to break the precepts of the climate change agreements that have been made at COP26. And it's going to be possible from now on to police it properly. When Seraphim came up as a concept to be taken into the public market sector, I was very excited. I was very excited because I can see the future developing with solar power from space, with server farms and data centers in space, and with entire new types of communication from space, the ability to observe the Earth, provide the sustainability policing that we're going to need, and also be in the forefront of the battle against climate change. It's an exciting future, and Seraphim is going to be at the core of it. You'll be hearing about some of the exciting companies that we've invested in and what they're doing now. These are companies that have been very much of the moment. With the defense industry desperate for information from the tragedy that's unfolded in Ukraine, some of the commercial space companies, including some of those we've invested in, have been pretty active recently. In addition to that, we have got companies that are in the forefront of Earth observation, that key to the policing of climate change that's happening now. We've got companies that are in the quantum revolution that's going to be so important in the encryption of data coming back from space and going to be crucial in the AI revolution that will be necessary in order to take robots to space to build the infrastructure of the future that I've talked about. The infrastructure such as that solar power, those data centers, it's got to be built and it's got to be communicating with the Earth, and that's going to come from the generation of new technology we're putting into space at the moment. Thanks for listening. I hope you find today really insightful. And the access to space that you will get at this event takes us all to infinity and beyond.